Hi everyone, I just wanted to make you a short video explaining what is in our Assessment 1A Padlet for teaching literacy. So I've got the Padlet up and I just want to walk you through what information is in there. Now I am making this video on the 11th of March in week 1, and at the moment there's still some information still coming. So if you're watching this later on down the track and you open up the Padlet, you will most likely find some additional information in there. But as of week 1, Wednesday of week 1, this is how it's looking. But everything will still be in the same columns, easy for you to find. But I just wanted to walk you through a few things. So because we have a choice of 2 assignments, both of the assignment information can be found within this one Padlet, because it just gets crazy Padlet overload if we have like 6 Padlets across the TP for each of the assessments. So we just know that there is one for assessment 1A and both things will be found in there. There will be one Padlet for assessment 1B and one Padlet for A2. Both choices, all the information, everything retaining or pertaining to those 2 assignments are found in that Padlet. So far you will find over here where it says Flip Collaborate that I have put the YouTube links in for both the evaluation, which is where you have a look at 1788 was life, what was life like for everybody, I think it's called, and you evaluate that unit. And you look through, it has very similar links to the other one in that you're both focusing on pedagogical strategies. Instead of you having to design your own unit, you are evaluating what is there in front of you, but you're still covering the same learning outcomes for this particular unit. So that one's there. And I've also added in design a unit, which is just underneath there. If you don't know what to choose, it might be a good idea to have a look at both, see what you think. I tried my best to keep them. I think I went a little bit over with design a unit, but I think they're both around half an hour. So you could listen to them both and maybe make a bit of an informed decision after you've listened to them about which one you want to choose. Otherwise, if you've got your heart set on something, just go with that. So I've got, the links are both in that box there. If you just scroll down, you will find that there is the design slides that I've used just for the Flip Collab. So if you want to have them as handouts, maybe you write notes next to them. You've got your slides there. And evaluate the unit is just underneath that, and there are those slides. So all the information regarding both Flip Collabs can be found now within there. If you have any trouble with the links or anything, let me know. Shoot me through an email. Now, being the Wednesday of week 1, we are still organising collab times for our live collabs. Now I will be attending both collabs, so I will be a part of design a unit and evaluate the unit, and you have our other fabulous ELAs are going to be joining. I think we've got Jenny and Jack for design a unit and Erin and Camille for evaluate, or I could have just totally got that around the wrong way, but I know that my groups are correct. So we've got a few ELAs that we need to just make sure that it fits in with their time. So from what we've got so far, it will most likely be a Monday and a Wednesday, but I will come back to you later this week with exact dates and times. But for a rough guide so far, it will be a Monday and a Wednesday, probably in week 3. Week 6, I don't know, yes, week 6. And say week 8 or 9, usually collabs would probably be done in week 9 for an assessment that's due in week 12. But because it is quite a big one, and I know that sometimes students worry about information, we might make that one week 8 and just give you a bit of extra time. Flipped collabs will all go out super early because I've already got them ready. If you're not sure how to access recordings, there's a little info box there about how to access recordings. Obviously, once we've recorded, I will add the link and you should just be able to click and go right through to the recording. It's always super important to listen to the recording because you get so much more information. Even if you can't attend on the night for whatever reason, do listen back and just get that extra reassurance and that extra help that you're on the right track, because we do break it down a fair bit. Now, obviously in this area here, I'm going to be adding the slides. I have my slides that I used last semester, but I'm thinking that I would like to add a few more examples in. So I have them ready. If you want to have a look at last year's one, feel free to email me, but I want to add a few more examples. So I'm just holding off on that for now, but you shouldn't even need to look really at this column yet, because you should be back at the flipped and starting from there. So that will be where all of your live Collaborate information can be found. I can let you know via an announcement when collab times get added, and I will add that to an announcement as well so that you know. Over here we've got some what did we call them? Frequently asked questions. So last time the unit ran, there was lots of very similar questions, and lots of students maybe were wondering the same thing. So we just compiled all the questions together and compiled all the answers together. And you can see here that that's the one for evaluator unit, and here's the one for designer unit. It's just some tips. If you scroll a little bit further down, there is help with assessment choice, and you'll notice in here that there's just a video made by Janelle McDonald, who was the lead UC the last time this unit ran, and she just made a video which just explained about how to make choices with assessment and why it's important and why you've been given this opportunity to have a choice and what the thinking behind it was. So there's a little video about helping you decide what to choose, and there's a little video about just how having the choice can make the student experience more valuable, and how it's inclusive of all students, and how we're trying to cater best to your needs by having that choice. So two short videos if you're interested, just about choice. If you're pretty cruisy and you just know which ones to choose, great. Okay, over here you'll notice that we have an exemplar, which is really, really lucky, because in third stage units we don't tend to have exemplars. But another reason why I wanted to make this video for you was I'm going to actually click on this and open up the exemplar. This is the exemplar for designer unit. Now you'll notice it's not a full exemplar, so please don't base everything that you do for these assessments off these exemplars. Things have been deleted, things have been taken out. So please don't say after you've handed in your assessment, oh, but in the exemplar the person didn't do that, because it's probably been taken out or deleted. We're not giving you a full exemplar like in a first stage unit. So things have been deleted and removed because we just want to give you an idea. We don't want to give you the whole lot. So as I said, please listen to the collabs, please listen to the advice, and the exemplar is just there to, give you an idea without actually giving you the whole unit. So if you scroll through, you'll notice that it has been annotated with these blue boxes here. So they're just little tips along the way so that you can see how it could look. So here's our week 1, and here's an example of how a week 1 lesson could look. You'll notice that, as I said in the flipped collab, it's not a lesson plan. It doesn't need to be detailed like a lesson plan, but we've given you an example. As it goes on, there's got some more annotations in there and some more examples, and you'll notice things here have been taken out. So please don't use all of the examples as the way it needs to look. It gives you some, I'm not going to scroll through the whole lot because you guys can have a look. And same goes with the exemplar for the evaluation. So a lot of information, particularly in this middle bit, has been taken out. If you're doing the evaluation, you're evaluating the unit as a whole, and then you are evaluating one particular lesson within that unit. So please have a read, get an idea, read the annotations, but just remember that lots of information has been deleted. It's not a full example. Ask questions if you're not sure. Over this side of the template, it's just more sort of general stuff like teal and asking for help, but these are things related more to our particular unit. There is a little proviso in here I mentioned in the Flip collab that we are lucky enough, I suppose, to be able to extend the age range of our unit. So you'll notice that when you look at the assessment details, it says that your assessment needs to be from grades 3 to 6. We have made an exception to stretch it to 2 to 6. So if you're in an early childhood stream and you prefer to stay with the younger years, choose grade 2. We can't extend it any further than that because you would have focused on early years in developing literacy, and now that you need to show that you can also understand the progression of learning into the middle and upper school. So grade 2 to 6 is fine for either assignment. Now, having said that, the problem is with 1788, what was like life for everybody, it's a set unit and it's set at grade 4. So we can't change that or modify that in any way. So you just need to evaluate the unit as it is. There we go. So that is that's our Padlet. I will send you the link. It will be in an announcement. Give your ELA time, but they will post it into the A1a, both A1a threads. Thanks everyone.